Well, that sunset is absolutely gorgeous. On the other hand, goats are a-holes. You guys are... I love you. I love you all very much. I'm gonna have to run a wire back here on the back side of this. I did a little redneck fix, which clearly they took issue with and jumped the fence anyway. I know, you and your ilk. Hold on. Yeah, run like you're in trouble. Bunch of weenies. When you come home and H says, what is going on over there? Because it looks weird. We've had goats long enough to know what happened was the herd got separated. So now half the herd is on the porch yelling because the other girls are out here and now they're in. You were out here with her. It's not like you're starving. And you're bigger than her. Love you, babies. Yeah, roll your head. You weenie. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I have babies stalled. Hi, Madam President. You little beauty. Muffin's eating on the stand, so that's why babies are still in stalls. They've been fed, so if they get cranky and loud, just know they've been fed. Muffy Poo she's actually looking pretty good already. It looks a little ribbier in the camera, but she's looking really good. This is normal for her, so don't get worked up about that. She always looks like a Jersey cow. But when I start seeing her ribs, then I get concerned. Okay. Back in October, late October, I think we were actually on our way to Sauerkraut Festival. And we do biosecurity testing for all of our goats, which is blood draws to confirm that they don't have the big three. Typically, we only do the big two, which is Yonis and CAEs, the other one, Caprine arthritis, encephalitis, and CL is the big one, which is, I'm going to butcher this, caseous lymphadenitis, which is basically abscess in their lymph nodes. Sometimes their organ causes low milk production, all kinds of sickness, and that's the one you don't want to get necessarily, because that's a farm ender. There are no cures. It's bacterial. There's nothing that around here that I know of, or anything that I know of, that's actually gonna solve that. And we don't normally test for CL because the test results are basically worthless. The only real true test results are so they'll get pus sacs on their lymph nodes, and those will rupture. And then you can take that pus and have that tested, and then that's a guaranteed test. Blood tests are, the pass-fail rate is so high, the false negative rate is so incredibly high, that people actually just stop doing blood tests for CL. Well, in our ignorance, I take that back. We started using, we sent out to a new lab, which is Delta, and H just checked, do the whole panel, CL, Yonis, and CAE. And they called us, and they called us. We were on our way somewhere. I feel like it was Sauerkraut. They called us and they said, hey, we have some bad plates. They put them on little slides and check, and then they add bacteria to it. They add the CL bacteria to the blood, and if it produces antibodies, then it's a positive. For some reason, the false positives are really, really high just doing that. I don't know why that is. They called, they said, hey, somebody screwed up. They used the wrong plates. We sent it in. It all came back positive. We have enough blood left. We should have enough blood left to, I mean, like half our herd. Probably half the herd came back positive. And they said, we're waiting on new plates to come in. We'll spin down the blood. And when the plates come in, we'll test it again. Test it again. All positive. Half the herd positive for CL. You want to talk about a heart-stopping test result? Just a crushing. When I tell you guys, I think I mentioned it in a video the other day, my stress level is on a 9, and I do well under stress. I do better under stress, but the things that start running through your mind, I'm gonna let you out, baby. Hi, babies. Good morning. You're not very rambunctious. Hi. That I can't express. There's no H is a much more positive person than I am. She's thinking on the high side. What do we do? How do we do it? Look, guys, I tend to go negative. To me, going negative presents all the worst case scenarios, and then I can come up from there. She starts positive and goes down if she has to. It works for her. My side works for me. But at the end of the day, the test result's the same. Half the herd tested positive for CL. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means you can't sell them. You can't put them in the meat market. There are rescues that will take some of your goats, and they will take care of them for the rest of their lives. You know, those rescues already have CL in their herd, in their rescue area, and nobody's going to get infected or reinfected, and it's essentially live as long as you can until you die. So that's the reality we've been living in. Guys, I don't know if there's something on my screen. That's the reality we've been living in since October. So what does that mean full scale? When I go dark, that means we have to get rid of half of our herd, or we have to separate half of our herd. Where? We don't have the resources to create an entire another side of the farm and put half of the herd over there. We are not just going to take them out back and shoot them, obviously. I mean, that, you want to talk about a next level of broken, that would do it. Like I said, you can't sell them. You can if you inform the people that are buying them that they have CL, and they're okay with that, or if they already have CL, or but otherwise, the last 5 years of my life just flashed in front of my eyes. The business can't breed. You can breed, but then what do you do with the babies? You can't sell the babies. You can't just keep making babies just so you can make milk, just so you can make soap. And that ends everything. That ends the YouTube channel. That ends the soap business. That ends breeding and selling, and that ends us. You know, H was like, we'll just figure it out. We'll put half of them on the other side of the farm. We'll take the CL positives and we'll separate them from the herd, and then we'll retest in 6 months, and we'll go ahead and retest all the, I think it's about $400 or $500 it costs us to test the herd. And then you got to do blood draws, all the supplies. The shipping is horrendous because you pretty much do it next day. Miss Ronan is in heat. Yay. I've been waiting on her. I've been concerned about her because, you know, if I got any of them wrong, if I saw any of them come into heat that didn't come into heat, then we needed to loot them. And I didn't want that to, I don't want to miss anybody on accident and loot them when they didn't need looted. And I didn't want to miss anybody and have them actually be pregnant and then have to loot them and have them abort. So, last few months have been pretty stressful, guys. So we oh, Benny. And then, you know, you guys know, if you've been keeping up to, you know, what's been going on this month. Whole 2024 has just been a crapshoot, piece of garbage. Go home, you're drunk, and GFY. That's what I feel about 2024. So we were chatting, and given the circumstances surrounding everything, the bad plates, the holding the blood, I had zero faith in their tests. Some of it didn't make sense. Like, we had some moms pop, and those moms have babies, and they're feeding those babies directly milk, and that is your #1 transmission right there. Part of transmission for CL is, you know, if a pus sac ruptures and she rubs it on a bucket and somebody gets that on them. So contact to contact with pus, direct contact with pus is a transmission. Moms feeding babies, pretty much 100%. They had already fed the babies before we had done the biosecurity testing. And so they would have 100% transferred. And some of the babies tested positive. And I'm talking about teen girls, not these babies here. Some of the teens tested positive. Some of them didn't. And the ones that tested positive, or the ones that tested negative, had been on mom and should have tested positive. Some of the moms didn't make sense that tested positive. I can't remember what logic we worked through. It was a pretty stressful time. And so we decided to go ahead and retest them, send them back to our normal lab that we always use. And so we did blood draws again, sent that out, and we just now got that back yesterday, 2 days ago, not yesterday. And everybody is negative. So we had to yay! So I'll pause there for a second. Every single goat tested negative. Unfreaking believable. She had to talk me off of a ledge from calling that lab and discussing their incompetence and their giant CF that they created and the stress that they've caused me since October. Ladies, look, I was gonna take it over, but I thought, no, you'll be good girls. You won't mess with my stuff. Tear it apart. You're all lucky that I love you so much. You guys know how much I love my goats. You know how stressed I've been about this whole situation over the last few months, and it is just such a relief. Yeah, she had to talk me down pretty hard, because when your incompetence puts what we've built at risk, and not even at risk, at end. When you end me because you're incompetent, don't stand in front of me. Anyway, so she chatted me down. I'm gonna have to go close the gate. I left it open. I didn't think they would be running out there today, but of course they are. You little chubbies. So this is a crabapple tree. I had to go close the gate. And so, so what the crabapples have been, as you can see, these limbs are just completely loaded. So it's, they're falling on the ground here. And the babies especially love to come over here because these are like little frozen, little popsicles. And they just love coming over here and snacking on them. You look at his little snack. Not for you. Hey, Javi. Clean that up too, ladies. Thanks for pointing out my inadequacies. You're welcome. Yeah, I just got a text on my screen from 60 plus 63 947 537 3683. Your package address is incorrect and cannot be delivered. Please click the link in this text. Yeah, y'all know that's fake, right? Don't do that. Don't click that link. Okay, sorry. So guys, I am so, Service Master 9000, aka President Snow. Did you fix it? Hi, Mrs. Browning. Oh, I see you. You need a boy? You need a boy? Well, guess what? Now we can move on with our breeding. So I've been ignoring you guys in comments who've been asking why we're not breeding, when are we going to breed, what are we doing, did we already breed, did I not get it on video? I don't keep anything from you guys. You guys know that. Just the stress level of what happened. Imagine, you guys know how much I love my goats. And H loves them just as much as I do. And for us to have to contemplate shutting this all down, ending it all. I mean, it sounds over dramatic, and I tend to be. But when it comes down to it, like, we can't separate half our herd on the other side of the farm for 6 months and retest, and we would do what we have to do, but it's just, then you're down 6 months. The soap business is done. It's dead. It's gone. I'm sure you guys would come back to us, but we have no milk production. We set it up so we knew we would have 4 or 5 months of no shows, so we would need less milk production anyway. And so we bred the girls we bred, and then Drummy didn't come into milk. And Muffin's been struggling. So I'm really surviving on sugar pie, sprinkles, and Tootsie. And so we're down to 3 goats milking. They're still pushing about 40 ounces a day between the 3 of them. And we wouldn't have any milk. I mean, 6 months from now, you're in what? You're in May, June, before we could even breed. And then 5 months after that before they kid. And so you're losing a year of your business to somebody's mistake. And I know, she always tells me, if it could have just been a mistake. It could have been an accident. It could have been but at some point you have to be competent enough to not ruin someone's life. And that's what infuriates me. And that is when I say, glad you're not standing in front of me. Okay, moving on. We are happy. We are elated. We are over the moon. We have all negative blood panel tests for the entire herd. So now we can say again, our herd is is biosafe tested. I can't remember the phrase right now off the top of my head. You guys, could you make less of a mess? Don't eat any critical parts on the mower, please. Oy vey. HC. I love them so much, y'all, and you guys. The Christmas cards that we've been receiving, when you get wrapped up in this and you have the people out there and you get 20 or 30 Christmas cards and you take that for granted. And I was thinking about that the other day. Somebody sent one in the mail and I was like, somebody stopped their life and took time to write a Christmas card for someone they don't really know other than through YouTube, and to send that to us means so much to us, guys. You get wrapped up in stuff and you take things for granted, and I want to let you guys know that who have sent us cards, we're not taking that for granted. The fact that you took time out of your life to do that, we appreciate so very much. And I'm going to end that on here. You are gorgeous. But she is for sale. Sadly, she is related to just about everybody under the sun on this farm. And the breeding options for her are so limited. And then that would make her kids' breeding options even further limited. And as much as I love her and I love having President Snow and then Madam President, unfortunately, Mama forced me to make a business decision by giving me the facts, and the facts alone, she really does have to go. So if I don't get another video out for you guys on Christmas, I'm struggling with Da Vinci. I don't know if I'm going to get the uncut version of ISS out there for Christmas like I wanted to. Every time I say I'm going to do this, that, or the other, and then something pops up, and I hate doing that. That's why I don't say I'm going to do this, because I have a rule, one rule. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm just struggling on the struggle bus over here. What's up, handsome? These boys got you dirty. Look at your little chops. You have chops. You guys remember chops from the, I don't know when that was, the 70s? You're so cute. Okay, everybody has helped her. Thanks. Do you feel loved? Or just used? Hi, Sprinkles. To what do I owe this? Okay. Hey, Marley man, you're a big boy. She's a little twiggy thing. Okay. Merry Christmas to you guys if I don't get anything out before Christmas or on Christmas Day. Thank you for always supporting us and showing up. The stress is relieved. The girls are good. And we are free to proceed with breedings, which is what we're going to start doing as soon as H already has everything lined up, of course, on her spreadsheets, who's being bred to whom and why. As soon as the other girls start coming back into heat, we're going to get on that. Thank you, guys. Huge stress relief. Enjoy your day or the rest of your night or whenever you're watching. You're such a confident little thing. You're such a confident little thing. Hi. Hi, Miss Journey. You're being quite lovey here lately because you're in heat. I understand. Hey, ow! Why you? Get out of here. Don't do psych. You know you're trouble, right? Honey bun, you are trouble. I don't know how you can be trouble because your mom is a little saint. Sugar pie baby.